Hi, kids! Have you ever tried to run away from something you didn't want to do? Well, today, we're going to hear about a man named Jonah who tried to run away from God's big plan. Let's dive in. Jonah was a prophet, someone who gave messages from God.
One day, God told Jonah,
Go to the city of Nineveh and tell them to stop doing bad things.
Nineveh? But they're mean and scary. No way, I'm not going there. Instead of obeying, Jonah ran the other way. He got on a ship heading far, far away from Nineveh. But can you hide from God? No. While Jonah was on the ship, God sent a huge storm. The waves crashed, the wind roared, and the sailors were terrified. Throw the cargo overboard. Maybe it'll help. No. Pray to your gods. But nothing worked. Finally, Jonah said, It's my fault. I disobeyed God. Throw me into the sea, and the storm will stop. The sailors tossed Jonah into the waves. And just like that, the storm stopped. A giant fish, yes, a giant fish, swallowed Jonah whole. Inside the fish's belly, Jonah had lots of time to think. Dear God, I'm sorry for running away. I'll do what you asked me to do. Thank you for saving me.
After 3 days, God made the fish spit Jonah out onto dry land. Glad! This time, Jonah listened. He went to Nineveh and warned the people. Stop doing bad things, or God will destroy your city in 40 days. Guess what? The people of Nineveh listened. They said, We're sorry, God, and they stopped their bad behavior. God forgave them because He is full of love and mercy. Now, Jonah wasn't too happy about this at first. He thought the Ninevites didn't deserve forgiveness. But God taught Jonah an important lesson. God said,
Jonah, I love everyone. I want to give them a chance to change, just like I gave you.
And that's the story of Jonah, a reminder that we can't run from God, and His love is big enough for everyone. Thanks for watching. And remember, always follow God's plan. Hello, kids! Have you ever seen a rainbow in the sky? Did you know that it's a special sign from God? Today, I'm going to tell you the incredible story of Noah's Ark. Let's begin! It was a calm and sunny day when Noah, a kind old man, was tending to his garden. Suddenly, God spoke to him.
Noah, the world is filled with wickedness. I will send a great flood, but you and your family will be saved. Build an ark big enough for your family, and 2 of every kind of animal.
Noah was surprised.
A flood? An ark? But Lord, I have never built a boat before.
Trust me, Noah.
Noah nodded. He trusted God and got to work. His sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, helped him. But the people around them just laughed.
Ha ha! Look at Noah building a boat in the middle of dry land.
But Noah didn't stop. He kept building and warned the people.
God told me to do this. You can turn from your wickedness and be saved.
But they didn't listen. Then, something amazing happened. Animals started arriving. Lions, elephants, rabbits, birds marching inside the ark. 2 by 2. Whoa! Look at all the animals! Even the tiny ants get a spot! I hope the lions don't eat the zebras. Noah and his family entered the ark. Then, the sky darkened. A single rainbow raindrop fell, then another, and another, until a mighty storm began. The rain lasted 40 days and 40 nights. The ark floated safely as the water covered the earth. Inside, Noah and his family prayed.
Lord, keep us safe.
Finally, the rain stopped. The sun shone again, and the ark came to rest on a mountain. But Noah needed to check if the land was dry. He released a raven, but it didn't return. Then, he sent out a dove, but it came back with nothing. After 7 more days, he sent the dove again, and this time, it returned with an olive leaf.
Land, praise God.
Noah and his family stepped out of the ark. The animals ran free, happy to be on dry land again. Then, something beautiful appeared in the sky, a bright, colorful rainbow.
This is my promise. Never again will I flood the whole earth. The rainbow is a sign of my covenant with you.
Wow! A rainbow is God's promise? That's amazing! God always keeps his promises. So kids, what can we learn from this story? Noah trusted and obeyed God even when others laughed at him. And God kept his promise. Just like Noah, we should always trust in God. Even when things seem difficult, God will always guide and protect us. Next time you see a rainbow, remember it's a sign of God's promise. What an amazing God we serve. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like and subscribe for more Bible adventures. Till next time, bye! Hi kids! Welcome back to Bible Adventures, where we bring God's amazing stories to life just for you. Have you ever faced something so hard that you didn't know what to do? Well, today we're going to hear about how God helped Moses and his people in a big way when they were in big trouble. Our story begins a long, long time ago. God had just freed the Israelites from being slaves in Egypt. Moses was their leader, and they were on their way to a new home, the land God had promised them. But oh no! Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, changed his mind. He sent his army of chariots to chase them. Soon, the Israelites found themselves trapped. In front of them was the huge Red Sea, and behind them, Pharaoh's army was getting closer and closer. They were so scared. "Moses, what are we going to do?" they cried. Moses stayed calm and told the people,
Don't be afraid. Stand still and watch what God will do to save us today.
Then Moses prayed to God, and guess what? God spoke to Moses and told him exactly what to do.
Raise your staff, Moses, and stretch out your hand over the sea. I will make a dry path through the water for my people to walk on.
Moses did just as God said. He raised his staff over the water. Suddenly, the waters of the Red Sea parted, forming 2 tall walls of water with dry ground in between. It was a miracle. God made a way where there seemed to be no way. All the Israelites walked safely across the sea to the other side. But Pharaoh's army wasn't done yet. They followed the Israelites into the sea. But as soon as the Israelites were safe, God told Moses to stretch out his hand again. The walls of water came crashing down, and Pharaoh's army was washed away. Wow, kids! Isn't that amazing? When the Israelites thought there was no way out, God showed them that He's always in control. The lesson for us today is this: when you're in hard times, just like the Israelites, you can trust God to make a way. He's with you every step of the way. If you like this story, don't forget to hit the thumbs thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel, and share this video with your friends. Let's spread God's amazing stories together. And remember, God can part the Red Seas in your life too. See you next time on Bible Adventures. Bye! Today, we have the story of David and Goliath. Let's see how courage and faith changes everything. A long time ago, the Israelites were in big trouble. Across the valley, the Philistines had a giant warrior named Goliath. Goliath was huge, over 9 feet tall. Every day, he shouted at the Israelites, "Send someone to fight me.
If they win, we'll be your slaves. But if I win, you will serve us."
No one dared to fight him until a young shepherd named David arrived. Why is everyone so scared? Our God is stronger than any giant. I'll fight Goliath.
You? Fight Goliath? You're just a boy.
I fought lions and bears to protect my sheep. God helped me then, and he'll help me now. When King Saul heard about David, he said,
"You're brave, but at least wear my armor."
"I can't even move in this. I'll use what I know, my sling, my stones, and my faith in God."
Is this a joke? You send a little boy to fight me? I'll feed you to the birds.
You come with a sword and spear, but I come with the power of the Lord. Today, everyone will see that God doesn't need swords to win battles. David let the stone fly, and wham! It hit Goliath right in the forehead. Goliath was defeated. David didn't need a sword, just faith, courage, and a little stone. The Israelites won the battle, and David became a hero. But he always knew that it was God who gave him the strength to face the giant. And that's the story of David and Goliath. A reminder that no matter how big our problems seem, with faith and courage, we can overcome anything. Wasn't that amazing? David didn't let fear stop him, and he trusted God to help him. Remember, you can be brave like David too. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories. See you next time.
Hello, kids. Are you ready for an amazing story? Here we go. A long time ago, in the desert near the Jordan River, a man named John the Baptist preached. He told people to turn away from their sins and follow God.
Prepare the way for the Lord. Someone very special is coming. Someone much greater than me.
John baptized people in the river to show they wanted a fresh start with God. But one day, something amazing happened. Jesus came to the river. He was the one John had been talking about. The Son of God, John said.
Jesus, you should be baptizing me. Why are you coming to me?
Then Jesus replied,
"John, it's the right thing to do. Let's do this to fulfill God's plan."
The skies opened when Jesus came out of the water, and something incredible happened. The Spirit of God came down like a dove and rested on Jesus. Then a voice from heaven said,
This is my Son whom I love. With him I am well pleased.
Everyone there knew this was a special moment. Jesus was ready to begin his mission to share God's love with the world. And that's the story of Jesus and John the Baptist. A story of faith, obedience, and God's amazing plan.
And that's the story of Jesus and John the Baptist. A story of faith, obedience, and God's amazing plan. Isn't that a beautiful story? Remember, God has a special plan for each of us too. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more Bible adventures. See you next time.
Welcome to another amazing Bible adventure. Today, we're talking about a super cool story where Jesus did something absolutely awesome. Are you ready? Let's go! One day, Jesus was teaching a huge crowd of people by a lake. I mean, imagine the biggest birthday party ever. But there was a tiny problem. Everyone was getting really hungry. The disciples came to Jesus and said, "What are we going to do? There are no food trucks, and we don't have enough money to feed all these people."
Even if we had a ton of money, it wouldn't be enough to buy food for all these people.
Then Andrew, one of Jesus' disciples, spoke up. He said, "Hey, there's this boy here. He has 5 little loaves of bread and 2 fish, but that's definitely not enough for thousands of people." But Jesus didn't look worried. Nope. He just said, "Tell everyone to sit down." So, everyone sat down. Jesus took the bread and fish, looked up to heaven, and thanked God. Then, something amazing happened. The bread and fish started multiplying. It just kept coming and coming, like magic popcorn popping in a machine. The disciples handed out food to everyone, and guess what? Everybody ate until they were full. And when everyone was done, Jesus told the disciples to gather the leftovers. They picked up 12 baskets full. The crowd couldn't believe it. They said, "This must be the prophet God promised to send." But Jesus didn't stay to hear the cheering. He wanted everyone to know this wasn't about him showing off. It was about God's love and power to provide for his people. So what did we learn, kids? Jesus can do amazing things, and he cares about you too. No matter how small what you have seems, God can use it in big ways. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Bible stories. Thanks for watching, and see you next time for another Bible adventure. Bye!